He's Ash.
He's David. And this is the Artful Pose.
Oh. Let's try it again. Hey everybody, this is Ash from the Artful Pose, and today we are going to be reviewing the McFarlane DC Multiverse The Flash, and this time it's Wally West, the Flash of the 90s and early 2000s if you want to get specific. So here he is, Flash. Version 3? Yes, version 3. Well, there he is in the box. For those of you who have waited for just a classic The Flash, Wally West, here he is. Sides of the box, JSA. There's your classic 90s Flash. You can see there's some other Justice Leagues. You know who that is. That's long-haired Superman, and we got Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern. And in the middle, because you know about the wide eyes and how that looks with the nose over, it's Wally West. All right, let's open him up real quick. All right, here he is. The Flash, Wally West. All right, so, oh, I love the gold on that. Well, there you have it. Wally West, The Flash. Oh, look at that grimace on him. That's a great face sculpt. He's ready. All right, so what does he come with? Let's get the accessories out of the way real quick. And one thing I do like that McFarlane's starting to do with the speedsters is, yeah, they're putting them on this type of typical body buck, which is fine. It's not a huge complaint. They start coming with these hand accessories. So we got karate chop running hand. If I can get that. Karate chop running hand. We have, it comes with 2 hold up gropey hands. And 1, you can pick your nose and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose finger. So it's like, I always wonder, why do they come with the pointy hand? Let's see if I can pry this off and get it on there. Ooh, might have to heat treat that because it's going to come right off. There we go. Ooh, that is on there. You heard that snap? It was like a big snap. So it's like, hey, let me tell you something, bub. In the 90s, we had it rough. Don't mess with me. Well, because in the 90s, everything had to be edgy. Yeah. I guess that's why he had to do it. But this one, oh my gosh, with this face sculpt, he's just like, let me tell you, kids. But we know that's not how Wally West sounds, but it was the 90s. Everything had to be extreme, dark, and edgy. That kind of carried over into the early 2000s as well. All right, so let's get a good look at him. There's his sculpt. Now, you probably noticed this is a more of, like I said earlier, this is, look at that mug. He's a pretty angry Wally West. But most of the time, Wally is the happy-go-lucky guy. But this time, because it's the 90s, he's upset because his mentor died, saving the entire universe. Well, actually, the multiverse, right? Yeah, he did. And then he had to take on the mantle. All right. So as you can see, this is clearly Wally because of the white eyes. We have the not-so Mercury wings. Now they're more, eventually these evolved to become more of a lightning bolt, but yeah, that's how it first started off. We got your typical Flash lightning bolt, and because it's Wally, we have the V-cut belt here that's been sculpted all the way around the trunks, which on this case flows very nicely. This time the McFarlane went with a gold trim versus the primary yellow like we've seen on the Barry Allen. And then we go all the way down to the plain gold boots, and as we know, that's pretty much what Wally West wore. He did not have the wings like Barry Allen does. Articulation, funny enough with this head sculpt, you can't look up that far. You can look about that far, you can look down that far. Now I might have to do some augmenting work so that we can hollow him out a little bit so he can look up a little more. So if you want to get that running pose of him really sprinting forward, you can get him looking forward. Well, that does it pretty well overall. He has the typical McFarlane of this buck articulation. So he has full, there's your rotator cuff. You can rotate, double jointed elbows, bend that far back, that far forward. Look down. Can I tie my shoes? Oh, yeah, no laces. Double jointed knees. Can do the splits so you can run up and bam! If you wanted to. Pretty darn well built. So, if you don't have this Wally and you're thinking about getting him, but you went for, if you're like me, you were scouring the internet for when it first came out. Let me see if I can get him out. That McFarlane put out a series of Justice League figures based off of it was a Justice League video game, which is this one right here. So, in comparison, it is the same figure. It has the same sculpt, same face, but as you can, at least for the most part, it's the same face. You can see this one has been more exaggerated in the eyes. Move this around. You can tell this one has more of a mustardy kind of yellow, going for that goldish yellow, but it's not really gold. See if I can get the lighting. You can see this one has the sheen on it. This one does not. This one has the pixelated smudge on its head. See if I can get the camera to see that. Get the light on it. Yeah, it's hard to tell on the camera because it very much, that's a paint app to make it look more pixelated like the video game. But as you can see here, this is meant to be more pixelated looking because it's like a video game. I do like the pixelated shine on there. It looks very comic booky. Whereas here, that's a natural shine because they used metallic gold for this. And you can see here we have nice clean lines as opposed to here. Do not worry, it's not your video. It really does look all that little bit messed up, like someone had a very shaky hand when applying the paint apps. Nope, it was all done on purpose. See, even on here you have some, what they're trying to go for is a pixelated look. Sorry about the paint smudge, it came out of the box like that. But he did have, this one didn't come with any additional hands. It did come with a power effect, but I believe the hands that this Wally West came with would work just fine. It's a slight lighter red on this one, more of an orangey tinge, and this is more of your classic, almost fire engine flash red. So if you're a fan of Michael Turner, the late Michael Turner with his run, this matches more of the color, but this is more of that cleaner look that you like. But you don't want to go with that one because this one has the white eyes. Later on, I remember correctly, Michael Turner started giving him non-white eyes, and he looked a little bit more like a modernized Barry Allen suit. And speaking of which, let's bring out his mentor. So here we have the first rendition of Barry Allen that McFarlane put out. So if you do have this one, if you were able to snag it at Target at the time, I believe it was, and he came with an actual Barry Allen head, which is rare. Because people say, well, why doesn't he look like Grant Gustin? Well, because Grant Gustin doesn't look like the Flash in the comic book. So that's why. And here is the more modern Flash that just came out. It's hitting stores now, especially at Walmarts and Targets. So you can see how the color difference is. Pretty much, these are the same. He's a bit more on the orange side. Let me see if I can get the light in there. It's not, let me see if I can change it. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It's more of a blue hinge. Yeah, that's the best. So, but overall, happy. Let's now comparison. So if you have this Wally West, you might have his kid form. So here we have, oh, he didn't grow up that much. Man, that is a tall kid. So here we have the two McFarlane Wally Wests. So if you have Kid Flash, oh, kid became the Flash. And then another Wally West that came out not that long ago was a more modern take, because Wally West is now our current Flash, now that Barry Allen's out of the picture. Here's our more modern Wally West. This one has that more of a crimson, well, no, this is more of the fire truck red. This is more of a tomato red. And I'm getting very pedantic with my reds. And as you can see, completely different body buck from the first one. This is more of the first Barry Allen type of body from the New 52 line that now Wally has, and you can tell because of the white eyes and the single lightning bolt, which is very reminiscent of the Justice League cartoon, if you want to go for that one. But as of right now, this is the one hitting the shelves. So if you do not have Wally West and you're a big Flash fan like myself, then I highly suggest picking it up. Overall, I am very happy with this. Even with the frown, with the little scowl, and I usually like my Flashes a bit happier. It fits. That's how he looked in the 90s. I have no gripes whatsoever. This is a great Wally to add to the collection. And if you're thinking about picking him up, I think he's a great fit. I mean, the gold on him just pops. Let's get their 90s Superman to go with them. So, you know, during that time, they had a lot of races together. So he's got that typical DC body buck. It's not a Superman buck, but it does work well for the Flash. And overall, I'm very happy with him. Wouldn't you say so, Mullet Superman? Yes. Let's put him next to, get him next to a Flash villain. Here we have Captain Cold, getting ready to cock his cold gun. I'll never forget there was one issue where he actually got Captain Cold, put him in a snowman, held up the carrot, and he says, "Okay, Captain, you behave, or you don't want to know where this carrot's going." That's typical Wally. Maybe later on down the line, we might get a different Wally, maybe from Mattel with a happy jokester type face, because that's one of the things I always found funny, or that I loved about Flash, and especially Wally West in particular, was his humor, and I kind of miss that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please let us know in the comments. And this has been Ash from the Artful Pose. Please like and subscribe. We are a new channel and we could use your help. Please help us so then we can get more toys to review and more discussions to talk about. All right, so this is Ash from the Artful Pose signing off. May all your poses be artful. The Flash.
Like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.